Hello. Looks like we've got a couple people. We're going to get started in just a second. Hey, good afternoon. My name's Chris Miller. I'm with ATB Technologies. We're going to talk a little bit about Microsoft 365, this new commerce experience, the changes that are coming for anyone who's utilizing Microsoft 365. We're going to go through some of that. Those changes start March 1st, so we felt it was timely to get some of this information out to you. Give me 1 second, I'll get the slideshow going. All right, so Microsoft 365, this new commerce experience. Again, I don't expect to take more than maybe 15 minutes on this today. It is pretty simple. There's really two major changes, but I just wanted to go through and talk through. So here's a quick agenda. Literally, it's that number of slides, so this should go fairly quick. So number one, who's ATB? Why do you guys have authority to talk to us about this stuff? Well, we've been in business since 2002. We are based here in Chesterfield, Missouri, and we're a managed services provider. So we provide IT support for small, mid-sized businesses throughout the St. Louis region and actually beyond. And what that means is anything from help desk to IT strategy. We even have an application development team to help serve kind of all of the needs of the clients that we work with. We've got 22 employees here on board currently, consistently growing and planning to add even more to that. And we have an award-winning culture. Our support team is phenomenal. I would say best in class. And we're a Microsoft certified partner. So dealing, with Microsoft on a regular basis, our entire team understands their product line, and we're able to help you guys transition through this process with the Microsoft NCE. So real quick, let's I guess go to a little bit of background, right? So Microsoft used to do what was called the CSP. Now they're going to the NCE. CSP, and the naming convention here was Cloud Solutions Providers, what that acronym stands for. You guys all know in the tech world, we love our acronyms. So CSP, and then NCE is the new commerce experience. So CSP was the old, that's a legacy. NCE is what we're moving to. So the old way, you could purchase monthly, you could purchase annually. Now you're going to actually have more options under the new NCE. The other big change that you'll see, and what CSP used to do, is that the day you purchased was the day your subscription started. So the example here is the 9th and 9th. So you bought it on the 9th. Your billing period is from the 9th until the following 9th. Under the new NCE, that will be completely calendar based. So it's going to start at the first of the month for everybody. So this will help organizations start to plan better. Most of our customers already were being billed on the first. We were taking care of it on the back end. But moving forward, everyone will see a first of the month billing from this program. So why are they going down this path? So one item is that calendar-based billing, right? So they got a lot of feedback from partners like us. They got feedback from customers. There's a number of people that go to Microsoft Direct. And so calendar-based billing was of importance. Also consumption based on the telecom billing. So I think everyone knows Microsoft has pushed more into Microsoft Teams, especially Teams Voice. And so they wanted to bring in that element under the NCE, multi-geography capabilities. So this is in the roadmap. It's not there, but in the past, if you, let's say you were a company that you're working in the United States, you're working in Canada, and you've got an operation in Mexico, and you wanted each one to have some users to only be in Mexico, some users only here, and some users only in Canada. All of them went to the same one unless you did an EA, which is an enterprise agreement. What is coming, it's not out right now, but what is coming with the NCE is it's going to make it possible to actually be able to be in multiple geographies without having to go the enterprise agreement. So that will be nice, especially if you have a government contract here in the United States and you need some users only focused and all of their data remaining here in the US, you can choose geography of where that is. This offers a true monthly option for end customers with seasonal employees. So we'll get a little bit into what true monthly means, but if you have any seasonal employees, this will be of interest to you. And finally, more of a note, I mean, this is the first price increase that Microsoft with this platform has issued since 2011. So over the last 10, 11 years, they've consistently put more value into this, but they haven't been increasing the pricing. So is it going to be 10 years before we see the next? I'm going to say I doubt it, but at least for right now, no, and it makes sense that, after a 10, 11 year period that this is that first price increase. So the pricing. This is probably the biggest question that I think individuals are trying to understand. And so this does not affect all SKUs. And so I want to be clear on that. This really only affects, there's 5, 6 core SKUs that are actually going to be part of this. So you've got the M365 Basic. That's going to go from $5 to $6. So that's a $1 increase, about a 20% increase. That happens March 1st automatically. So if you are on this, you're going to have that increase coming. Business Standard is remaining the same. There's no change there. Business Premium, though, is going from 20 to 22. So this is a $2 or 10% increase. Office 365 E1 is going from $8 to $10, which is a $2 increase, about 25% on that one. E3 is a $20 to $23 price increase, which is a $3 increase and about 15%. The E5 is from $35 to $38, $3, 8.6%. And then the M365 E3 goes from 32 to 36, which is a $4 increase, about 12.5%. Note M365 E5 remains. So there are some instances where you may want to consider, if you've got E3 and you've got some add-ons, you might be right at the price point of just going to E5 and getting some added benefits. Things to consider, but these prices all go into effect March 1st, 2022. And I want to be clear, this is a change Microsoft has made. This is not your technologies partners. It's not us. This is Microsoft, and it's going to be across the board. So what are the NCE terms, and what are our options? I know I said earlier that there's more flexibility to this, and so what Microsoft has done is they've said, okay, now there's a monthly subscription, and that's at true monthly. There's a 12-month subscription, which is an annual subscription, and then there's a 36-month subscription, so a 3-year. So those are more the contract terms, right? So payment options on a monthly, you can pay it monthly. That's it. First of the month, the end of the month, that's 1 month. The pricing does come with a premium. So if you want to stay on true monthly, which means there's no contract beyond 1 month, it's going to go up 20%. So we have this increase already happening, but then it's going to go 20% above that pricing to stay true monthly. The commitment is flexible, right? You can go month to month, right? So you can go up, go down, depending on where your business is. It gives you a lot of flexibility. The cancellation, and you'll see this across the board. So cancellation, in the past, Microsoft was kind of loose with this, where if you ever had yourself where, hey, I've got this license, an end user left, I'm just going to remove it, and then when someone else hires, I'm going to add another one in. That's no longer the case with this. So cancellations are only within the first 72 hours. So if there's any issue that is made with adding licenses, or if you change your mind on, hey, here's the quantity, you have 72 hours to cancel, or you're going to be stuck in it for the entire term. Again, for a monthly, not as big of a deal. You're talking 1 month, but if you get into that 12-month or that 36-month subscription, you're in for that full year or that full 3 years. Microsoft always had an annual commitment, and technically they had some pricing their pricing was based on an annual commitment, but they never held you to it. Now they are holding everybody to that. There's no way around it. Your price lock, and so this is another thing with NCE. So with monthly, you've got a 1 month price lock. With the 12-month, you have a 1 year price lock. So for the term, and then 3 years for the other. So like I said, this is the first upgrade they've done to pricing in the last 11 years. But the way they're doing this, there could be more coming. So subscription links will be something that will be probably a topic of conversation in the future. Seat changes. So you can always, and this is across the board, you can always increase. So if you have 10 users and you want to add 2 more, you can add 2 more to that agreement. However, you cannot decrease without that cancellation policy that we just discussed. There's also, you can always increase the level of that license. So let's say you're on E3 and you want to move up to an E5, we can do that at any time. Microsoft allows that. However, if you're on E3 and you want to go down to E1, you cannot. You will be locked in for the term. So there is no way to reduce the license level while within the contract term. Finally, availability. So for the monthly, this is all user SKUs, right? You can put all SKUs into that monthly. The 12-month subscription, you can do all of those except for there's one particular SKU around Windows 365. It's not allowed as part of it. And then for the 36th month, as of right now, they're talking Dynamics 365 is the main one. They're talking about Microsoft 365. And so as we're looking at that, we haven't seen all of them that are available, but there are going to be some select SKUs that are part of that. So one other thing I will point out with the 12-month subscription is it's monthly and annual. So we can bill monthly or we can bill annually. And for the 36-month, you can bill monthly, you can bill annually, or you can do an entire full prepay. So there are more options than what we had in the past. some questions that I think any organization needs to consider as they're starting to go down this path is how many users or employees do you have? Obviously, right? You need to know how many licenses you will need, so you need that. But then how many are permanent, right? So how many of your employees are there full time versus how many are seasonal? Maybe you're a retail store and at the holiday you add employees. If that's the case, you're going to want to make sure that you're really taking a look at permanent versus seasonal. And then finally, how many of those seasonal employees will work for you 9 months or less? So we find the break between just having the full license versus going to the true monthly because of the 20% increase is right at the 10-month mark. And I will have a slide to kind of show you and take you through a couple of examples. Actually, here's a slide. So in this case, we use John's Shoe Store. He's got 100 employees. He is on the first level. He's got 75 full-time employees and he has 25 seasonal. So the first scenario, we said, okay, if all of them were just 100, all of them were the annual, you paid monthly for the annual, what would that look like? And so you'd be getting that at $20 MSRP. You have 100 of them, that's $2,000 a month. Obviously, your price is locked in for 12 months, so you're going to pay $24,000 in that 12-month period. We go to scenario 2, John's Shoe Store, taking again 75 annual and 25 true, but putting 25 of them into the true month-to-month, because we realized that you only have them for 3 months, those 25 employees. So what does that look like? And so 75 are still at that $20, and you see that all the way across to 18,000. For the monthlies, we see 25 of them at the 20% increase, so $24 MSRP for a monthly cost of $600. Now we're only locking that in for 3 months because you only have them for 3 months, so that costs you $1,800. That's 600 times 3, and so if you add those up, that's 19,800. So you're better off in that scenario if you only have them for 3 months, going to 75 true annual and then 25 of the true monthly. And the third scenario is kind of just to show you the break even. So this one is, again, same scenario, except you'll notice in the months locked in, we've moved the monthly to 10 months. And so if I have those 25 users, it's 24 times 600 equals 600, times 10 is 6,000. So at 10 months, all that adds up to 24,000, which is exactly what we did up top. So if you have, 10 months is going to be the break point. Does it make sense to break these up and go to true monthly versus just pay the annual? So that is it. Again, 2 big changes. One is the initial price increase March 1st. That's happening. It's 6 SKUs. If you have any questions on those, please reach out. Let us know. My contact information is there. And then the second change is Microsoft holding you to term lengths. So, there will be changes there. I don't think these are just crazy changes to organizations, but they are there, and we're not going to be able to just remove licenses midterm like you used to be able to. So there is a little more thought that needs to go on the front end. If you have questions or you have any concerns, you can reach me here at ATB. You can talk to anyone on our team. They're happy to help you guys. And so that's it. I'll give you the rest of your day back, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in.